Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. Today, I've just been eating popcorn, got it right next to me here, and watching the show unfold. It's been crazy, it's been a crazy day, and I think you all have been feeling that too. But in terms of progress, it is still going on. So today, I got quite a lot more to cover, but make sure you head over to the business realm and go subscribe to that. Got a couple of cool videos on here, but I'll be expanding, all right? 1 to 2 videos every single week, and on 5-Minute Crypto, 1 video every single day. You guys already know it's time to go crazy, so check all those channels out as well. Having said that, we are also doing a $100 giveaway, and all you have to do to enter is make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below. Ripple has welcomed a new executive who will be at the helm of its team of engineers. Again, this is in the core idea to enable the Internet of Value, as we all understand. Amazon's Devraj Varadhan has joined Ripple as the Senior Vice President of Engineering, and he will replace Christopher Kanan, a long-term employee of Blockchain Decacorn. Ripple CEO commented that he was thrilled to welcome the new member of the company's all-star engineering team. Now guys, I have a little bit of a question, and that is actually what city you're watching this from. I just thought about it. I see quite a lot of people from, the Philippines, quite a lot of people from the Netherlands, and almost everybody from the US, but what city are you watching from? Let me know down below. So enabling the Internet of Value is of course the core mission, but the most important one here is to understand that Ripple is still progressing, Ripple is still moving on, and Ripple is still hiring people, even now, an Amazon Vice President of Delivery. Well, prior to being hired by Ripple, Varadhan has served as Amazon's Vice President of Delivery Experience from October 2017 to December 2020. In his statement, he claims that the tech progress can have a profoundly positive impact on humanity. Quote, "In leading engineering teams at Amazon for 15 years, I witnessed firsthand customer-focused innovations at scale that provided people with the core necessities essential to how they live." According to Varadhan, the Ripple network will make the global financial network more efficient by unlocking the power of blockchain with the Internet of Value, making it as easy to transfer money as sending an email. Quote, "Ripple's financial network RippleNet and the RippleX open developer platform unlock the power of blockchain and digital asset technology, allowing financial institutions, startups, founders, and entrepreneurs to dramatically improve the speed, cost, and reliability of how people transact around the world." And again, they're only expanding their team. They keep getting and attracting high-profile executives, as we also saw a JP Morgan officer. We've seen Goldman Sachs officers. We've seen just people from everywhere around the realm. An SEC, I think we've also seen maybe an SEC member. Not too sure about that actually, but we might have seen some regulatory guys as well, just who've been high in either the government or in these, I guess, affairs of commissions and stuff like that. It's just been pretty damn crazy. But the reason I actually showed you guys the business realm little channel just now was mostly because of this article right here. Cryptocurrency values plummets. Here's what it means for your taxes. And even though I'm not a regulatory advisor, I don't know, a lawyer, whatever I should say, they're a tax man. I do know 1 or 2 things about the law in the sense of taxes, and I do think I can help a couple of people out by pointing them into the right direction as to where to look. I'm not saying I'm a good guy in that sense. I'm not saying I know it perfectly. I'm not saying you should trust me for your financial advice and taxes. I'm just saying I might be able to help you out by looking in the right direction. And one little step towards that is by going to subscribe to the business realm, as I just said, as I'll be posting more videos on here. Here's already one hint. Here's how I pay no taxes on my cryptocurrency trading. But then again, that one is a little bit difficult and simple because I'm from a different country than the US, where it has different rules. But it also shows you that there's quite a lot of possibilities out there. It just kind of depends on how much money you have and how dire the need is. If you really only have $1,000, $100,000 in crypto, even though that's a lot of money, it is not enough to really think about these heavier schemes unless you're talking about huge profits in trading. If you have, for example, $80,000 in profit with trading, you might already have to look at some other alternatives, I guess, to the normal tax scheme. But again, that just depends a little bit on what you want to do. There's also possibilities like, for example, you are part in a... Now, let's not talk about that today. Just follow the business realm and check out Discord. The link is down below. Coinbase goes down. Issues with buys giving a false bearish signal. Coinbase is just a stupid exchange, period. What else can I say? I don't know what else to say. All-time high system traffic. This is from Binance. Again, system holding up so far, not perfect, slightly higher latency in some regions. And Coinbase said, we're investigating an issue impacting transactions on Coinbase and the mobile apps. The record of a recently initiated transaction may be delayed in showing up in your Coinbase account. There may also be some issues with some buys completing on the platform. And all I can say is these guys either just don't want you. With Binance, I sometimes feel like, they're having so much volume and they're doing so well most of the time that this is just really, they get one huge spike and thus something happens right there, right? Like, for example, they've just prepared for like so much, but since it's just one insane spike, like at 1 hour or another, they're not prepared for it, which could be, all right? Because you can only prepare your platform for so much without it costing, just extra millions of dollars. Coinbase, however, it just happens so freaking frequently that I feel as if they're either making money off of these outages by, giving off a false crypto signal, or they're trying to protect the market in some way, shape, or form by not allowing transactions. Maybe that's also something they're doing. I do not know. Also talking about crypto going on, 500.com is to buy $14.4 million Bitcoin mining machines. Again, it goes on. It doesn't stop. Like you guys sometimes say, like, crypto is not going to be purchased anymore. Institutional interest is at an all-time high. Bitcoin collapses 37K as miners start dumping their coins. Also not completely true. The reason I'm saying it that way is because miners are always selling, and there's actually not enough miners actually selling their coins to really go over all the demand that the institutions are putting up. The only thing you can point out is, okay, they're selling more, maybe now, but I don't think that's really a negative thing in the bigger picture of things as, well, they can't do that. It's just like their income, so why not? Then ransomware gang Ryuk thought to have pulled in $150 million worth of, I guess, money. I just want to quickly say, guys, be careful around the internet. And pretty soon here, I'm going to have you guys a link down below for maybe like a VPN. I'm going to contact them. At least they've contacted me before. I'm going to contact maybe a couple to see if I can work with a VPN here. Because I also want you guys to hop on there. I'm going to see if I can get a discount. I do not know yet because I haven't contacted them far enough to know. I'm hoping to get a discount for you guys because I think stuff like VPNs can really be detrimental as well to your just safety online. Especially that we got so many hacks, so many data breaches. We don't want them to know your stuff, right? So let's try to be as safe as possible. I'm going to look into that, guys. I'm going to try it out. Then moving on, Business Insider, Bitcoin gets less risky the higher it goes. Legendary investor Bill Miller breaks down why the cryptocurrency could surge 100% in 2021 with this Rolex presidential. Legendary investor Bill Miller told CNBC on Friday he sees Bitcoin surging 100% in 2021 as more investors add the coin to their portfolios as a hedge against inflation. That is a beautiful little watch right there, right? Is it a day date or am I wrong? Could also be because I am quite stupid. But it does look like a presidential bracelet. Let me know what you guys think. One of the things that's interesting about Bitcoin is that it gets less risky the higher it goes, and that's the opposite of what happens with most stocks, the Miller Value Partners founder said. He added that he's not sure when the price of the crypto will correct, and if investors aren't ready to stomach another 80% correction, they probably shouldn't own Bitcoin. Personally to me, again, an 80% correction is actually a pretty easy thing. I'm not even going to say I wouldn't like it because, well, I have kind of goals in place for how many cryptos I want. For example, in the past, I put a goal of like, okay, I want X amount of Ethereum, X amount of XRP, X amount of Bitcoin, and I didn't even get half there. Well, let's say, for example, I'm just going to name an example right now, right? This does not apply to my specific situation, but let's just say, for example, I would want 5 Bitcoins, 50 Ethereum, and 50,000 XRP, right? You're just working towards that to get the amount of coins. It doesn't matter what the US dollar value is. You just want to get yourself some of those coins. You just want to have them for the longer term. And I think about it sometimes like, well, if I pay $1,000 for one Ethereum or 600, in the end, it's just about the amount of coins that I have because I know the value of it right now doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter to me because I know ultimately it's going to be huge. So if I lose $400 now on that purchase, okay, too bad. I know in the end, though, where it's going to be going. And in that sense, that it's not a percentage game about how much of a percent you made on your money. It is about how much your money is going to be worth eventually. So if you don't think of percentages that way, it actually helps out a little bit as well, I found. Then it actually is so that on a couple of different places, it has if wow, I had a speech impediment there. It is at $50,000 in Canadian. All right. I actually saw quite a lot of people talk about, $50,000 Bitcoin. And I was really quite excited. I was like, wow, what exchanges are so forward that they have a way higher price than the rest? And I was like, okay, maybe Korean exchanges exchange in US dollars. But now it was just talking about a different sort of dollar, which can be very annoying. But that's also one thing you guys forget, right? I have to really calculate everything into euros because becoming a dollar millionaire is actually quite significantly easier than becoming a euro millionaire. I sometimes forget that, but that's also a fun fact that if you're talking to, or taking a millionaire in every single country out there, they're all valued a little bit differently. Like, for example, a Canadian millionaire is, again, even a little bit easier than a US dollar one or a US one. And then again, there's so many other dollars where it's like, okay, you want to become a New Zealand millionaire? Okay, a little different story as well. And also, the most fun out of all is a Japanese yen, for example, millionaire. Now, it doesn't really much at all. So then we're talking about a billionaire. But what if they don't line up at all? It's like, okay, so you are, like, you can't really match with each other how much value somebody has, since it's really difficult. In this case, we talk about $1 million being a millionaire, but that's also because we attach some value to $1 million, right? That's something we hold dearly. For Japanese, I would say maybe it's like $1 billion because, you know, the value is quite a lot more expensive. But then again, that doesn't really reflect exactly a standard of ours, because if you, for example, say, okay, I'm a 4.5 millionaire, what the frick is that supposed to mean? You know, you have 4.5 million, that's like a millionaire, but it's also a multimillionaire. It's like not really a standard thing. Same for people, for example, for Nigeria, right? If you're talking Naira, again, it's so differently with how it works because you're talking about billionaires or even multi-billionaires to kind of be on the same par. Whatever. Why do criminals use cash, not Bitcoin? One thing that people really underestimate is how much cash is being used for these things and how little Bitcoin is actually used. If not, I mean, Bitcoin, why would you use that for sketchy things? You wouldn't. You would either use Monero or you'd go for something completely different. And here, by the way, this video looks fake as can be. It really looks like their faces are just like edited into it. Doesn't it look like it a little bit? Just checking it out here on the side. You see this? Like when it's giggling, it looks like their face is just edited in. You guys see what I'm trying to say? Okay, but that's I'm getting distracted a little bit. This one, you would use Monero or use cash because Bitcoin you can freaking track all the way. A lot of people used to make the argument of crypto will never do good because it's so sketchy. It's only used by criminals. Really, if you think about it, crypto is really not that good for criminals because you can actually track it if you really wanted to. So if you're a real good crypto scammer, you're not going to use Bitcoin most likely. It's a pretty sketchy thing because you can literally see where all the money is going out there. And some others are saying, well, eventually crypto will be cracked and they don't want to involve themselves with it. Again, I'm not saying criminals don't use Bitcoin because it's definitely being used, but cash is definitely a lot more convenient in most situations. It's only like crypto you can really hold in like the smallest amount of, how can you say it? Like the smallest amount of places. Like cash you have to store, right? Let's say you have $1 million in cash. It's a pretty big storage that you got to have to look for then to keep it always safe. With Bitcoin, you can have it in like a small USB drive that you can always keep in your person, for example. And the only problem is if you want to send money around the world, Bitcoin can be a little bit easier than with cash because you'd have to deliver it in person. However, you guys get what I'm trying to say. Here's why altcoins may be independent of Bitcoin in 2021. We all understand it. If you guys put in XRP in your own little chart here, you'll find how the XRP chart is quite different than most others. The correlation is definitely a little bit stranger. But ultimately, I think the correlation is going to change as these assets get the use cases for themselves, so they'll just thrive on their own. Buying a Tesla with Bitcoin may soon be a reality. Not necessarily, but I'm thinking about it. I'm like, what if they were to switch on over, right? What if they were to? A. Pompliano said, I need a meeting with Elon Musk to discuss having him put Bitcoin on the Tesla balance sheet. Elon, DM me, or can someone introduce us? I may even wear Tesla short shorts, bring a flamethrower, and drop a few dope memes for good measure. The only thing I'm thinking about in this aspect is like, would Tesla or Elon Musk talking about Bitcoin in a positive sense be bigger? I think if Tesla were to add it to their portfolio, for example, or into their balance sheet, it would be pretty huge. If Elon Musk said, I bought some Bitcoin, I think people would just take it up as a joke. Right? I don't think Elon Musk would actually be as big, even though I do think crypto would pump if he were to say it, though. Right? But I don't think it would have the same consequence if Tesla were to, for example, accept Bitcoin as payment. I think that would also be a very big thing. It's just about these behemoths, right? However, again, Tesla, right now, Elon Musk, the richest man on the world. I can't understand why his word of saying I am buying Bitcoin could be very positive. But right now, he's already a Bitcoin holder. He has 0.25 Bitcoin. So I'm wondering, if Warren Buffett were to do it, it would have a better effect because he'd switch his opinion. Elon has always been kind of okay against crypto, right? Again, saying I wouldn't be mind being paid in Bitcoin is what he said earlier. So I don't know how positive it would be, but it's interesting to consider it. This article, I think we've already read. Investors should be careful with this crypto. I don't know what this one was. I don't think it's useful. Here was US dollar demise Bitcoin. US dollar demise will soon be attributed to Bitcoin's rise by Max Kaiser. It's basically the inverse correlation type of thing. Then why I changed my mind on Bitcoin, I don't really care. People will change their mind all the time. It will go on. It will keep going on for a very long while. Crypto already back on track after Bitcoin loses 10K over the weekend. Again, it will just recover anyway. I'm not too worried about it. JP Morgan predicts Bitcoin price will drop if ETF is approved. The approval of a Bitcoin ETF would reduce Grayscale's market share and reduce the premium for its Bitcoin-based product. Institutions reduce exposure to gold ETFs to buy Grayscale Bitcoin Trust shares. And the thing is, right now, a lot of guys are buying through Grayscale. They're buying crypto. And that's causing a huge Bitcoin premium price on there. And since they're such a huge buyer, that could also reflect in the market. If an ETF were to come out, it wouldn't really have a premium anymore because it would have a proper backing, basically. It would have a proper one-to-one thing where, again, the average price would drop that people are willing to pay and people would value it at. So it's definitely a negative thing in that sense, even though it will allow for a lot more money to come in. So ultimately, you're going to have a higher market cap off of it. It could be negative for the price short term. Talking about Cardano, Hoskinson announces Merry hard fork for February. Cardano's Merry hard fork is expected to be implemented in February 2021 and will integrate the native assets functionality. IOHK is adding consultants to enhance Cardano's voting mechanism and governance model. And then we got, let's see here, Ripple Effect, Revolut sees warning about XRP while still letting users trade it amid SEC lawsuit. This one is stupid, I found, because they were pretty negative about it at first, and now they're like, okay, you know what, we're still going to let it trade, but be careful with it. If XRP was to be delisted by all our partner exchanges, it is likely that we would have to delist XRP as well. These guys are just chickens, all I can say about it. And last one, I guess, Bitcoin Google search tells us about the rise and fall of the cryptocurrency. Yeah, not too much though. I mean, I don't really care about Google searches anyway for crypto. Who really cares about stuff like that? We all know what it's worth. We all know where it's going to be going. Guys, check out Webull. A link is down below. If you're from the US, you can get a couple of stocks for free. And check out GSX. It is a gold-backed coin. It is quite useful though in the end, if you think about it, because it's gold-backed, so it has the best of both worlds. And we have a 22% plus 5% bonus right now for using my link. So check it out down below. I put a couple $1,000s in myself, and it's basically so that the coin is backed by gold and gold-rich land. And as they'll mine more, they'll reinvest more, making their land bigger, making the backing bigger, which should increase the asset price eventually as well. It's a pretty cool idea. Check it out. A link is down below, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody. Have a very nice day.